Yeah, well, look, we could say calm this, calm that all day, but Dino and Stokely, especially Dino, has had a lot to do on the offensive end so far in the young season for Bosco and Bull Send. We are underway in game number 1. And the Zookeeper team, they were a late bloomer to say the least in the play-in process. Everybody some people kind of knew who they were, but then they showed up at a skirmish. They looked really good. They played their way up around the number 20 seed, and then they had a run through the lower bracket. It was kind of a fortuitous run, but they were dropped down into that last chance qualifier by this very Bull Send team. The rest, of course, is history. Here they are. Everybody jammed up at the side here, and Com is still looking to get involved in the play, whether he should or not, and he will probably play this. Yes, he will, as Dino gives way.
Yeah, one of the most dangerous things you can have working against you is having a team that's looking for vengeance. And Zookeepers would so love to put another loss in the column of Bull Send, but they're gonna have to do better than that, as a turnover in their own half could lead to a goal. Dino gonna control this into the corner, try and get towards mid, but Porklet controls that, and Com can't find the angle. Tough shot there.
A lot of touches and a lot of control for Bull Send on the offensive end. It'll be Tool to throw this one downfield right at Dino. He'll make sure that goes off to the corner. And it is kind of slow footing for Zookeepers to get downfield and join the attack. Now it's Porklet trying to cherry pick downfield, and that is going to be stopped by Dino.
Good defensive stance from Dino, but Com, a rare miss on that, just completely whiffs that ball, scrambling to get back on defense. And Tool, a little bit of hesitancy coming out from him there, and Dino gonna punish him and put this ball into the orange half.
It is Porklet who does get up in time to challenge this. Bambi doesn't have a lot of boost, but he does at least get a piece and prevent Bull Send from getting a big time clear. Stokely turns away and watches Porklet play it under the back wall. Well read by Bull Send, being very patient. And Zookeepers aren't challenging them a whole lot. It's not a very threatening attack. That had potential to be threatening if there wasn't a touch made just before the bump.
Oh, and another demo coming out. That net is open, but a good touch there from Bambi to put that ball over towards Com. Expect to see a lot of demos come out from Bull Send. And a good challenge there from Stokely, pre-jumping that as well.
A much lower scoring first game than what we saw between RBG and Upper 90. It is Tool having that taken away by Dino. Downfield this goes, and Com with a little bit of pressure from Zookeepers, kind of breathing down his neck, does calmly get this ball away. Bull Send defended off yet another Zookeepers attack. There has never been a point where you thought Zookeepers were going to get on the board, except maybe now. They've got Bull Send kind of shifting around a bit in front of their net. That ball will go all the way across. Porklet will turn on it. He'll beat Stokely to that ball, but a bump by Com onto Tool, or vice versa. That put Tool out of position, and Stokely makes the save on a low roller by Bambi.
Yeah, Dino almost got punished for going for the corner boost there. Pass downfield to Tool. Com reads it beautifully, and Stokely follows up to challenge that ball, and Bambi coming in. The shot's coming out, and the ball going in the net. Tool putting the first one on for Zookeepers.
At a glance, it looked like there was a bump here, and we will see in a moment. I couldn't tell if Bambi got a piece of him, but either way, the gate was open for Tool to shoot through. Nobody could defend the shot. So after Bull Send has looked like the better team in this game, but the Zookeepers have the lead late in game 1. And now maybe some momentum going the other way, but Com makes a good play at midfield and an even better challenge in the corner.
Yeah, sometimes even though you might be looking like you're down in the series, all you have to do is weather the storm and wait for your opponent to falter. That's exactly what the Zookeepers are doing. A clutch save by Com to keep his team within 1.
Now Stokely to the backboard. It is not well defended by Tool, but Porklet clears this away, almost over Com, and that's a huge demo by Stokely to take out Bambi. he might have had a sitter to go up 2-0.
Yeah, let that ball get away from him. I think he ran out of boost. And here comes Porklet again, wrapping this ball around. Dino couldn't read that. 20 seconds remain in game number 1, and Bolsen still trying to find their first goal.
Stokely only as far as Porklet. Dino needs to get this downfield. He does, and Tool has to make a risky play. Facing the goal corner. What a play by Calm! Little stutter step with 2 seconds left.
And how about the control to catch this ball perfectly and then get the short flick over the defender underneath the crossbar. That is the last man you want to see with the ball in your half, under 5 seconds.
Just on his hood. We talked about his ones play. It comes out here, and oh no. Imagine if they score here. That's a great challenge by Tool, but it is kept up by Calm. Sent away by Bambi, and now we will have overtime. Bolsen thought they could get one at the end. All of a sudden, Zookeepers go downfield, and Bolsen were like, oh, whoa. Hold up a second. And everybody misses here. Tool could score. He does!
And they waste no time. They don't miss their opportunity, and they steal game number 1.
Grand larceny from the Zookeepers, doing what they did in the play-in. They've taken a game off of Bolsen, and now Bolsen's got to be thinking, wait a minute. This isn't the team we thought they were.
Well, I mean, it just came down to a whiff at the very end there. You saw 2 people go up in the air and the ball squeeze out with no one touching it, and it was wide open for Tool to just roll it into the net. I mean, tons of practice from his youth playing skee ball to get that ball in net.
Yeah, no kidding. Hey, Tool with a pair of goals, one to take a lead late, one to put it away in very short order in overtime, only a 6-second OT for the Zookeepers. And look, this is their season debut now. So you get a win here against Bolsen, and all of a sudden, people start getting behind you, and you think maybe this Cinderella story has a lot more to it.
Oh yeah, my ears are perked up after game number 1. I don't know about yours. I don't know about all the viewers out there.
Yours, so I just have to take your word.
Yeah, just trust me on that one. But I mean, a lot of whiffs coming out from Bolsen, not only leading to that overtime goal, but all throughout the series, especially when those wraparound passes were going over the crossbar, and your camera goes crazy when that's happening. It's hard to read, but whiffs were coming out, and it's not something I expect to see from Bolsen. Normally, they're a very mechanical team, very precise team. So to see that, I don't expect to see it the entire series.
Yeah, well, what you also saw from Zookeepers was at the end of regulation, they did let Calm have a shot at it, and the worst possible scenario, having Calm almost at point-blank range in front of the net with the ball on his hood, that is almost an unwinnable situation for any of the 3 on Zookeepers.
No, exactly. And we were talking about it. 1v1, Calm is going to probably beat every single person in the rival series. I don't think anyone would debate that. So for him to catch that ball at the top of the box and just have one defender to beat, 9 times out of 10, he's going to bury it.
I can think of one person that would probably debate that, just because I know the kind of person he is. Taroko might debate that. I think he'd have something to say about that particular statement. Other than that, yeah, I would take Calm against most of the rest of the field, and he did come through there, but it wasn't enough. They get scored on very, very early on in overtime, and that's what you worry about with matches like this, where it's a close enough matchup that you let a team hang around. They did more than hang around. They had a lead for much of the final minute. But then they get a chance in overtime off the kickoff, and just getting scored on that early on in overtime has to be one of the worst ways to lose. Maybe the only other worse way is losing at 0 seconds.
Yeah, no, I agree wholeheartedly. And for those of you out there wondering what's going on, we had a server go down. We're going to get back up for the players. We're getting nothing but the best for them. Just negative ping all across the board for them, and it'll be up very soon. But I am thoroughly impressed with Zookeepers in that matchup. I'm sure they were nervous playing Bolsen, just knowing what they did this summer, and this being their first time on stream, on the Rocket League stream, I'm sure all of these players had a little bit of nerves going into that game. So maybe that was a contributing factor for Bolsend.
Well, hey, it was our friend Dazrin who called it out too. He said, look, the dark horse of that play-in is going to be Zookeepers. And he had seen them firsthand a couple of times, once in his skirmish and a couple other events that they'd played in. And look, it's holding true right now. They survived. Look,
saddle up, baby.
They did lose twice in the play-in, but it's just luck of the draw. There happened to be one more spot to fill. They get in on that last chance, that third chance to qualify. And now here they are up 1-0 over Bolsend, a team that I think a lot of people expect to be in the discussion for that top 4 to get into the Rival Series playoff. You knock them off here, you drop them to 1-2, and all of a sudden, now it's Zookeepers that enter that discussion to take a top 4 spot, maybe take it away from Bolsend. This is a match, Subi, that I think we're going to be talking about in Week 5 when we're talking about playoff scenarios and matches that mattered at the start of the season.
Oh, you're absolutely right. So many implications can come from this matchup, and essentially you need a 10-sided coin to figure out who's going to get top 4 at the end of the season.
It is Calm, challenged there by Tool. Bambi coming on as well. And we are underway in Game 2, and a miss there, at least the ball allowed to go across rather dangerously in front of the net. And it will be Dino just throwing this ball away. Not a lot of possession for Bolsend, where we saw early on in Game 1, they had a ton of possession in the Zookeepers' end.
Yeah, I don't expect it to be a continued trend of Bolsend being denied on offense. Look at the pass from Stokely and the save from Tool. He got bumped, and somehow they hold on, but Calm doesn't rotate out, and Bolsend find a goal early in game number 2.
I saw that ball on its way in, and I looked down because I just assumed, oh, it's a goal. And I looked up, oh, it's still out. But that was outstanding defense from the Zookeepers to keep that play alive as long as they could. Calm, however, he is inevitable, and he scores there. Very first minute. Big message sent by Bolsend as they try to set the tone in Game 2.
Yeah, one thing about this Bolsend team is they are so creative, whether it be those 1v1 plays, coming off the side wall, but especially with those passes that we saw Stokely just shaking the defense up and making them run circles and use a ton of boost.
It will be Bambi to play that to the middle, and that is dangerous because nobody went up, and that demo from Calm opens the door for Stokely.
They're punching the Zookeepers in the mouth right now, and they didn't even see it coming. Calm taking Porklet out of the equation. All Stokely has to do is put it on target, and it gives Bolsend the 2-0 lead.
And what's worse about that is that ball played from the side was intended for Porklet, and then Calm just made bacon out of him, and he scores again.
Yeah, just like you, Stacks, I look down to write a little note, and they score again. They wrap around pass so fast, you gotta be precise with that touch just to disrupt the play.
Well, this has changed very quickly. Saw Bolsend get a little bit of pressure early in Game 1. Zookeepers held them at bay. Now Bolsend are in full control of Game 2, looking to tie the series. Oh, forced to make a stop there. They do. And there is still plenty of time to get back into this game, but coming back from 3 goals down, we want to say that you don't see it often, but Bolsend has let these leads slip. They did it in the play-in as well.
You know, I'm a firm believer in whatever the score line is at halftime, however many goals your opponent puts on the board, you can very easily do in the second half of the ball game. So I'm not counting Zookeepers out. Yes, it is a massive uphill battle, but they can absolutely do it.
In fact, in the matchup where Bolsend was dropped down to the lower bracket in that play-in, they had a massive lead in the deciding game and watched it evaporate. It will be Porklet playing one down in the direction of Calm. But you see how slow Zookeepers are to move up and try to retake possession. Ball's just thrown downfield. Everybody goes back and gets boost. It's a good 2 or 3 seconds before anybody comes up. Save made there by Bambi. Here comes Stokely from the ceiling. and the save is made by Porklet this time.
Tough.
Calm is up in a hurry. He misses high, and finally Porklet gets rid of this.
Yeah, but a long clear downfield gonna allow Bolsen to take control of this ball, move it right back into the orange half, and they have numbers. Stokely just has to get this ball mid. A missed touch on that ball is gonna turn it over, but look at Bolsen coming out super aggressive. I think that's the 5th or 6th demo they've had this game.
Porklet was trying to get a piece of Stokely on his way back around the corner. Now Calm, allowed to play that ball to the backboard. It's well defended by Tool. Only got as far as Dino, who, this is not technically his debut in the rival series. He played all of 1 game, substituting for Ty-Not Tyler on Afterthought last season. It did not go well. This ball downfield, Calm is there, but he misses just wide. The lead remains 3 for Bolsen, but they are looking for more.
Right now, Bolsen is just getting in the heads of the Zookeepers. After a certain amount of demos, you just start to get demoralized. It starts to upset you. You start playing a little more aggressive, and that's exactly what Bolsen wants to do. They want to force Zookeepers off their game.
Stokely looking for a double touch, but Porklet saw his intentions all the way. Now Bambi is not even going to get a shot off. Calm had him read the whole way anyways. Dino for Calm, looking for the nail in the coffin in game 2. It will not come here as the ball ends up back down to the Bolsen side, but Calm again, this time taking out Bambi, and it is now hunting season at Neo Tokyo.
Good defense there from Bambi to clear that ball all the way out towards the top of the box. Very dangerous shot. Porklet, good scoop to get around Dino, but there's Calm. These guys are so fast, don't expect to have that ball in your hands for long.
Calm will pop one more up. It'll be cleared by Porklet. The final seconds will tick away, and Zookeepers will go back to the drawing board. They took the first game in overtime, but Bolsen had this game won in about 90 seconds as they have answered back to tie up the series. And now we settle in for a tie-breaking 3rd game, Subi, and boy, how this series has shifted.
Yeah, this is the Bolsen that I'm used to watching. Just massive aggression, just throwing caution to the wind, and just coming out and focusing on offense. But you see, they tied them with saves, 4 apiece. But it did not seem like Zookeepers had one shot that Bolsen had to worry about.
Well, in the first game, Bolsen only managed 3 shots on target. That game, obviously a lot more. They ended up with 9. They tripled their shot output. And look at that. They managed to triple their goal output as well. And they did it all, as we mentioned, very, very early on. They took control of that game. They wasted no time whatsoever. Scored in the first minute. Added another couple immediately after. And then Zookeepers, I think their heads were kind of spinning at that point, wondering, wait a minute, this is not the team we just beat.
No, I mean, not only because of all the goals, but those demos get so annoying when they just keep happening time after time after time. It's just like, can you stop, please? Can you stop? It's just, it throws you out of your rhythm, and it just disrupts, whether it's offensively or defensively. When you get taken off the field multiple times, it starts to get in your head a little bit.
Well, I think that second goal is what really threw things into disarray for Zookeepers, because he had Calm coming across. He got that demo. Porklet, the right decision had to be continue coming up to midfield and play that ball. Instead, he turned off it, then got demoed in front of his own net. And from there, it was game over. Calm added one immediately after, and it was all academic. So now we go to game 3, and the chance for both these teams to reset. So, can Zookeepers get back a little bit of that magic that they had in game 1? They fend off an attack very early on here. It'll be Porklet to play this downfield. And he was kind of out of control as he landed. That shot will be saved by Dino. It was high anyways. And downfield go Bolsen off that major pinch by Dino.
And to answer your question, Stacks, can the Zookeepers bring back the magic of game 1? Yes, but they need to stop giving Bolsen so much space, because this team is super creative and they're going to pull out some plays that you've never seen before.
This will be Stokely giving way, and he will rotate around. He'll be needed to fend off this ball, and he does so. Goes way over Porklet. Porklet never jumped for that ball, and Calm will play it deeper into the zone. That's well read, though, by Tool, and Tool has been outstanding on the defensive end. We've seen him. He scored the only 2 goals for ZOOKEEPERS in this series, but he has done it on both sides of the field, and that's going to be invaluable as this series goes on. A ball that was not really cleared, and Tool will recover.
Yeah, good defense there, and Porklet's got a little bit of space, gets the flick over one, the pass to Bambi, but Dino waiting patiently in net, sends that to the side over to Calm.
One big difference I think you'll see between the rival series and the RLCS, especially as the season goes on, those shots get a little higher and higher. We've seen so many shots that bounce in. They're very easy saves. They lose a lot of speed on their way in. Over time, you're going to see those shots a lot tougher to defend as they go up towards the corners of the goal. Right now it's Stokely trying to bring another one in front. Has not happened, and he gets bumped on his way back. That'll bring Calm up, and again, Bull Send looking to take control near the middle of game 3. That is dangerous in front, and Porklet and Bambi combined. I think Porklet might have been an unwilling participant there, just happened to be in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, good team pinch to put a save on that ball. And here comes Bambi, drops it straight down, but Calm waiting patiently, gonna wait and get a touch on this ball. And unfortunately, no one home for Bull Send, and Stokely almost intercepts that, but Tool sends it right back downfield.
Porklet was down there to try and receive that ball, but it was defended well by Bull Send. Here's Dino to Calm, and it's Porklet who makes this save, his 3rd here in game 3. ZOOKEEPERS hanging on by a thread. There's another demo from Calm. Dino, pop up, and Porklet sends it away. Spacing is not great for ZOOKEEPERS, but they do recover. Tool is over Calm, but Dino there to make another stop.
Yeah, Bull Send's covering the short pass from the ZOOKEEPERS when they're trying to break out on defense. So it's just covering up those short clears that you see a lot of teams go for. Smart play from Bull Send, but it does leave them open to those downfield clears.
Bambi gets this out of harm's way, so too does Porklet. But the ball is getting just a little too far away from the defenders. They can't control this and send it further downfield. It has to be one touch at a time for them. And as a result, Bull Send are picking them apart. This ball will finally find its way in front of the Bull Send net, and Stokely makes a rare save for the blue side. Here's Dino now. That had to be defended by Bambi. It was, and we're seeing the importance of backboard defense all throughout this series.
Uh-oh.
That is dangerous from Tool. That was not good backboard defense, but it worked out.
Yeah, you don't want to see that one, but here comes Dino looking for a double tap, and again, Bambi on that back wall, clearing that ball. Dangerous as the net's open. Tool just has to put it on target and can't get the power to send it downfield. Ball game remains tied under a minute.
Tool now. Landed perfectly on the side. Dino's got to get this away, yet Bambi bearing down on him. Another shot, a relentless assault, and Porklet finally breaks through.
They just pepper the net with shot after shot, and Porklet finally finds his mark right above Calm. Calm didn't have a ton of boost in the tank to work with, couldn't get out of net, and instead the ball bounces off his hood and into the back of the net.
After the demo in game 2, that had to feel real cathartic for Porklet. They're looking to add more. The double touch is going to go wide. Bull Send only have 18 seconds to tie this game, and it's going to be saved by Tool. Calm now, trying to find Stokely to his right, but Bambi's rushing downfield too. A much more aggressive ZOOKEEPERS squad. This is where Bull Send tied game 1, and ZOOKEEPERS are not making the same mistake again. Stokely has no boost. Porklet has no worries at all. ZOOKEEPERS are 1 win away from their first win in the rival series.
Oh my goodness, ZOOKEEPERS just holding on by a thread and just hanging on to the onslaught of shots coming from Bull Send. Their offense was so great, but ZOOKEEPERS coming out on top when it matters most. Porklet showing up, and that shot that he put on target, not only was the accuracy just pinpoint and perfect, but just so hard.
Yeah, Porklet is a player that is getting the job done on both sides of the field. Tool was in that role for much of this series up to that point, and finally Porklet came through on the offensive end. That was a team effort, though, getting that goal to begin with. It was shot after shot after shot. They came in from the left, they came in from the center, finally the shot coming in from the right, and they just had Bolsend running around, expending all their boost, wearing them down, and with 30 seconds left, Porklet comes through.
Well, and that's where you see Bolsend susceptible to allowing goals go in their net, is on that transition back to defense. They're kind of scrambling because they are an aggressive team on offense. We saw it multiple times where all three members are pushed up in the offensive zone, all past that midfield line. If you can get just a clear above them, it's going to cause some chaos. If you can get a passing play downfield, oh, you're pretty much guaranteed to score on this Bolsend team.
It's fun to watch how a series shifts over time. It looked like Bolsend was trying to take advantage of that kind of passive play that we saw in Game 2 from the Zookeepers. And the Zookeepers, they hung around and they made Bolsend pay. The odd games have gone to Zookeepers. Bolsend needs to take this Game 4 to force a fifth and deciding game. And at that point, they have to figure out how to beat Zookeepers twice in a row. It'll be Tool avoiding the demo but giving up possession to Calm, and that is going to be a big sigh of relief as Bambi makes the save.
Well, and speaking of Bambi, he has to be the MVP for them in this series. He has been so crucial on defense, making great saves, and more importantly, making crucial clears to where Bolsend isn't.
Unlike a lot of teams, especially newer teams to the rival series competition, this isn't a team that seems to have very defined roles. Everybody does a little bit of everything. There's no clear-cut defender. There's no lead striker. It has to be a full team effort. They are a well-rounded team. That's what's allowing them to take the fight right to Bolsend. Tool, high off the corner. That is missed out in front. Bambi banks that off the ceiling off the challenge, but nothing doing for Zookeepers. That shot's high. Follow-up is stopped by Dino. Now here's Bambi. Tried to take a lot of power on that shot, but again, well defended. There were two in the net.
Yeah, and right now, Bolsend unable to break out, but as I say that, here they come marching downfield. Great pass out, defender off the field, but unfortunately, Hutch is put on the ball and just denies the offensive push from Bolsend.
Oh! A pair of one-goal victories, and this goal coming a lot sooner than any others. Porklet strikes again for the Zookeepers. Look at this.
And what does it come from? A long clear downfield. Porklet hitting the double tap. My goodness. He is just woken up since the beginning of the day, had nothing in games 1 and 2, and then last game, he gets the goal. This game, he gets the goal for his team.
Bambi set him up with that long ball down the side. Porklet did the rest. Now it's Calm. He's won that ball through, but that's going to go all the way across. Getting there is Dino. This could be a dangerous ball in front. Bambi tried to go backwards, and he almost paid the price for it. Stokely could not get the shot on target. He will not miss again. Stokely will bank this out. Calm is going to chase it. That shot easily saved by Tool, but he pays the price by eating a demo for his efforts. Calm is all the way downfield, looking for Dino, and Dino has to turn off. Calm called him off to try and make that play, but it's well defended again.
And right now, Bolsend just looking like they're having difficulty. As I say that, Stokely gets an insane double tap, but having difficulty waking up in offense. Great pass from Dino into the zone, but Tool's waiting there. He saw it coming from a mile away, and so far in this series, Dino yet to contribute an assist or a goal. For Bolsend to be successful, he has to wake up.
Well, that ball almost accidentally found its way into the net. Now Dino will send it all the way downfield with 1:45, and his Bolsend team trailing in a must-win Game 4. It is Tool, one-on-one with Calm. Calm taken out by Tool. And Zookeepers will set up on the offensive end again, trying to take time off the clock, and the redirect from Dino throws off the defense.
I ask, and he delivers. What an absolute monster redirect coming out from him. 63 miles per hour from the top of the box. There's no saving that.
Tied for the team leading goals coming into this week with Stokely, and he finally scores his first goal of the series when they needed it most. Calm picked his spot, and Bambi prevented him from reaching it. There's a good fake by Dino, but the defense of Zookeepers recovers. They are in a war here in Game 4 with Calm and Bull Send. Dino will come up for this. He's got a lot of boost to work with, picked his spot, and Bambi saves. Double commit could be costly. It is! Calm, tough angle, and he snipes it.
Yeah, way to just hold on to this ball. He hits the ground and sees it's going right in front of him, and just a screamer of a shot. Again, 63 miles per hour from him to give Bull Send the lead.
Can Bull Send force Game 5? They've got to hold on for another 50 seconds. Porklet over to Tool. Porklet take it out of the play, but Bambi is there. Nobody's back. Bambi can't finish as the ball is sent off to the corner. Even despite the demo, Zookeepers were able to get downfield, and they had a golden opportunity that they could not cash in on.
Right now, I want to see Bull Send spread apart quite a bit. They can't let those clears go over their head, but why not put another goal on the board to just pad the stats and give yourself a little separation?
Yeah, this is Tool just sitting there with no boost to work with at all. He cannot recover on the shot, very similar to how Zookeepers got that goal in Game 3. Bull Send in the driver's seat. They still have just a touch of work to do here. Kill off this final 20 seconds. Porklet can't get out of the zone. It will be Stokely bringing another one in, and I think enough time has been wasted that Zookeepers are not going to get back into this game. Calm looking for the finishing touches, and it's Stokely who drops the hammer.
Oh my goodness, looks like they're just toying with their food at this point. Calm banging out one defender. Stokely sees that the defender saw it coming right, decides to put the shot left, and 4 goals on the board for Bull Send.
A pair of 3-goal victories for Bull Send if this scoreline holds. A pair of 1-goal victories in the odd-numbered games for the Zookeepers. And Stokely and Dino will let this drop. And so now, Subi, we look ahead to Game 5. What a start here in North America.
All comes down to the wire. Every single team here so evenly matched. But look at the shots put on from Bull Send. 17.
17 is close to the single game record for a team, too. I think it's around 20. It might be just a touch over 20. Hey, they had a ton of pressure, and hey, credit to Zookeepers. They at least kept them in check for much of the game. They had a chance in the closing minute or so, but they just could not find that last touch they needed, and Bull Send pulled away.
Yeah, it just looked like a completely different team in this game. I mean, you saw Porklet and Bambi connect early in Game 4 to open things up, and it just felt like, oh man, here we go. We're going to see Bull Send just taste defeat, go down in the rival series to 1-2. Not something anyone would have expected, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, right when I called on him, Dino just woke up like a beast. He gets 2 goals in the series, and Calm, what more can you say about him? He was getting assists, goals, saves, just all over the field.
Yeah, hey, Dino was as big a part as anybody was for their hot start when they were able to take down Upper 90, but he had cooled off in this series. He came through in the last game here to help Bull Send prolong this series, but they have to do it one more time. They have not been able, nobody's been able to take 2 games in a row this series. If the pattern holds, Zookeepers will have it. But it will be Porklet to start things off for the orange side. That ball has been given away for the moment. And can Zookeepers keep this pressure on? short answer, no. Dino shot. That stopped on the near side by Bambi. And Calm thought about coming up, but he realized Porklet had him beat.
Yeah, and he wanted to grab some boost, and Bambi giving Calm a little bit of space. Not the wisest decision, given who had the ball, but Dino alone in net gets the save. He's scrambling for boost. Volsen needs a clear, and they get it.
Huge touch from Stokely to relieve the pressure, but Bambi will steal some boost out of the Volsen zone. It is Porklet who makes the turn on this. 2-on-1 against Stokely, and Stokely up to the task.
Porklet wants another try at that one. The ball got away from him just a little bit, and Tool going for a ground pinch there. Here comes Calm. Off the ceiling, looking to get a touch, but that one's gonna be easily turned away by Bambi.
Yeah, the right idea, going for that high hop, trying to bait in the defender just a bit. Hasn't worked out. We're seeing both teams get a little more creative, and they've had to be, because they haven't had a whole lot of boost to work with, and so they're digging deep into the bag of tricks here in Game 5.
Yeah, and Bambi gets the boost steal, but it's not gonna matter because Volsen easily break out of their half. The ball just going back and forth. You can tell just by the gameplay that's being put on the field that this is a Game 5. Both teams realizing how crucial it is that they don't allow a goal in net.
Stokely will send this away. Porklet trying to interfere with him. I think he got a piece of him, but Calm is there for the save on Bambi. Good pass out to Porklet, though. Nobody can stop this. A blistering shot. 82 miles per hour on its way in.
But how about the heads-up play from Tool to hit Porklet on a dime, able to put 82 miles per hour on that? Are you kidding me? Unstoppable.
3 minutes remain, and as has been the pattern in this series, Zookeepers come alive every other game. They score on their 6th shot of the game. Volsen not doing so well in the shots department, Subi.
No, just one to match Zookeeper's 6 in this one, but I don't expect that trend to continue. But one thing is for certain, Bambi is the MVP in this series.
His first goal of the series after a handful of assists and some outstanding defensive efforts, and he just goes up and surprises the defender there. Had no idea that Bambi was going to be able to get that touch. He does, and now at halftime, it is Zookeepers in control, but there's Stokely. Hey, Subi, that might be goal of the week.
And I think Stokely's flexing him on this one, just going right through Porklet, puts his car perfectly to 50-50 and carry his momentum through the ball. Volsen is back within 1.
Volsen all business. Here is Stokely. He's looking for more. Got through Porklet. Dino is there. Calm is lurking. His shot is saved away by Tool. Now Stokely, one-on-one with Bambi out of the corner, and that's well won by Bambi. Dino was trying to get that midfield boost. Got the ceiling pinch anyways, and Tool makes the save.
Great bump there from Dino, but he accidentally bumped Calm as well. Tool coming down the field, can't get a touch on that one. And a great pass from Dino over to Calm. Calm over to Stokely. Stokely on target, but Porklet gets up in time.
They expected the shot coming in from Calm, and the pass was a great decision. Allowed Volsen to get another guy downfield, go for the bump, go for a demo. Has not worked out though. Volsen still trails, but not for long. Dino ties the game.
They're just too fast to defend. They come raging down the field like a dog off its leash, and Dino puts that shot perfectly down the gut and ties the ball game up.
Well, this is exactly what we thought was going to happen, right, Subi? 2-2, 2-2, 1:35 to go. Of course, here we are. Dino loses control. Bambi, with absolutely nothing in the tank, cannot get a touch there. We admire the effort, but he does come up short. Now Stokely down for Calm. Dino's waiting for a rebound. Well, that's well done by Tool to take him out. And even better, the rebound went over his head anyway.
They both went up.
That is a double commit. Bambi now has to go back to the net, and he makes the save. Dino picked a good spot. It was tough to reach, but he still made the save.
Oh my goodness, they lucked out so much right there. Very easily could have gone a different way, and Calm carrying that ball across the goal, very dangerous, especially game 5 all tied up. I don't expect to see anything like that again.
Off the back wall, and Calm got a piece of this, so Stokely will have to collect. Calm with a full tank of boost. He's going to watch this play develop and chase this down. He will get there, but does get around another defender, holding his ground in the corner, and finally sent out and away, and more importantly, away from Calm. There's a reason we had our eyes on him
by
for
one.
a while. He got around
By 2.
1, and he scores! Calm is inevitable.
You let him catch the ball at the top of the box again, he's gonna punish you once more, and Volsen taking the lead with just 13 seconds to go in game number 5.
13 seconds remain, and this fairy tale is about to come to a screeching halt. Stokely lets Dino take this away. 5 seconds left. Calm was just
so smart, so smart.
Around. He takes a knee at the 1 yard line, and Volsen holds on.